how's it felt for you to kind of go from a completely unknown author to someone who people fly in from America to see?
Hello everybody. Hello. Thank you for coming. It feels a bit strange actually. I still don't really believe that this has happened to me. And I have to say, if by some chance it was all discovered to be a horrible mistake, and that they've mistaken me for somebody else, and that Amazon closed my pages, and worst of all, made me pay back my royalties, I would be very upset, but not actually that surprised. It does still, even after 11 years now, have a slight air of disbelief. It's such a, well, I think, for want of a better word, such a fairy story, in that I had no idea what I was doing right from the word go. I had no idea you were supposed to confine yourself to just one genre when writing a book, that you weren't supposed to break the fourth wall, that you weren't supposed to do all sorts of things, especially not give up the day job or anything silly like that. And it just happened because I didn't know what I was doing. I'm a technical idiot, and when putting my books up online, I couldn't work out how to charge for it. I'm that stupid. And it was in Turkey at the time, and my laptop was making some very strange noises because it was about 40 degrees outside. So before it all blew, I made the book free, having no idea that free books, especially on Amazon, get a lot more attention and a lot more publicity than books for which you charge 99 pence. So this is where it gets really weird. I didn't expect to succeed, and I sat down and calculated that if every member of my family bought a copy of my book, I would sell between 10 and 12 copies, depending on whether married couples counted themselves as one person or not. Every month, Amazon would send me a spreadsheet, and my first spreadsheet showed that I had sold 7 copies. The more astute among you will have worked out that not all members of my family came across and bought a copy. And the subject of which comes up every Christmas lunch when I try and pin them down, and I will find out who they were, and they will suffer, trust me. In the meantime, while I'm puzzling on which of my family let me down, all these reviews were pouring in, and there was sort of 20, 40, 60, 100, 200, 300, 400. And I began to panic because it seemed to me that something had gone horribly, horribly wrong somewhere. And after a lot of soul searching, because I am quite an honest person really, I contacted Amazon and said, guys, I think we might have a bit of a problem here. And at this point, I have to say, it is very probable that Amazon has a big sheet of paper up on the wall headed "Stupid Things Authors Have Done This Month." And I am right up there, very top probably, because they explained to me I wasn't reading the spreadsheet properly. And apparently it was a very wide spreadsheet, and I was only looking at the first column, which said 7 copies sold. And when I was unable to charge for my book on Smashwords, somebody reported me to Amazon. And Amazon have a policy of never knowingly being undersold. So without a word to me of any kind, because they're Amazon and they can do that, they made my book free. And as I say, lots and lots of publicity. And Amazon said to me, you need to scroll across to the very right-hand side and find out how many copies you've sold. So I did that. And I hadn't actually sold 7 copies. People had downloaded 66,000 of them. Thank you. That's very kind, thank you. For the first time in my life, I had to go and have a lie down that wasn't wine related. Seriously, I spent the afternoon in a darkened room. And then Amazon really put the boot in. They said, obviously, you haven't noticed. I said, noticed what? And they said, well, you're #1 on Amazon in our charts. Well, actually, they said, you're #2. And by the time I found the charts, of which I had no idea that they even existed, the book had gone up to #1. So it was, my very first book went to #1 on Amazon. By accident, because I'm stupid, because I don't know what I'm doing. The whole thing is just really, for me, as I said, a bit of a fairy story.